Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another virtual story time with Mrs. C. I'm Mrs. C, and this is KJ. Have you guys missed us? Well, we've certainly missed you. KJ, today is a very special day. What is today?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. Boys and girls, do you know what Juneteenth is? Well, let's tell the boys and girls, KJ, what Juneteenth is. What's Juneteenth, KJ?
Juneteenth is also known as Freedom Day. It's a holiday that celebrates the end of slavery in the United States.
That's right. Today is the day where slavery completely ended in the United States. And we recognize this day, and a lot of us are excited for today because we were finally free. So today, KJ and I thought it was a great idea to come along and share a story with you about Juneteenth. Do you want to read a story with us? Well, KJ, shall we read today's story?
Yep.
What's the title of our story for today?
The story that we're reading is called Juneteenth with Yasmin.
Yes, today's story is Juneteenth with Yasmin. Shall we read the story with you? You gonna take turns with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try to fight over the noise of the train outside and read today's story. You want me to start or you start?
You can start.
I can start? Okay. June 19th. Yasmin and her family were having breakfast on the patio. Baba was reading the newspaper. Jasmine, did you know that today is Juneteenth? He said. What's that? Jasmine asked. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Baba showed her the newspaper. She saw an old photo of a black woman wearing a long dress and a hat. This looks like something from a long time ago, Yasmin said. Baba nodded. Juneteenth is a very old holiday and a very special one. What makes it so special? Yasmin asked. Baba tilted his head. It has something to do with the end of slavery, but I'm afraid I don't know a lot about it, he admitted.
So what was Juneteenth about?
Juneteenth is the end of slavery.
That's right, but Baba wasn't sure he knew enough about to tell Jasmine all about it. So what do you think they're going to do? You don't know? Shall we read and find out?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Yasmin had learned about slavery in school. It was horrible. It made some people the property of others. I'm glad it ended, Yasmin said. But how did it end? How do you think you would feel if you were the property of somebody else? It wouldn't make you feel very good, would it?
Yeah.
Good question, Mama said. She sat down 2 cups of chai and 1 glass of orange juice. Why don't we go to the African American History Museum to find out more about Juneteenth? We can help honor and celebrate the holiday. So going to a museum is a great way to find out more information, right?
Mm-hmm. Yasmin loved museums. They had so many wonderful things to discover and sometimes had fun programs just for kids. Baba folded his newspaper. Great idea. Let's go, Yasmin said and quickly drank her orange juice.
I want to go to the African American Museum or any museum, right, KJ?
Yep.
It would be loads of fun. At the museum. When they arrived at the museum, the celebration had already begun. Outside were food trucks and people picnicking. Inside, jazz musicians played happy music. Some actors were dressed up in old-fashioned clothes like the picture in the newspaper. Baba pointed to a large timeline on the wall. It says here that slavery ended in 1863. Hooray! Yasmin cried. So when did slavery end? What year?
1863.
1863.
But not everyone knew that it had ended, Mama said. Reading more, the enslaved people in Texas didn't learn that they were free until 2 years later, on June 19, 1865. That's a long time to wait, Yasmin said with a frown. She walked along the timeline through the crowds of people. She thought June 19th. That must be why it's called Juneteenth, Yasmin said.
That's right. So the people were freed, but they didn't find out until how many years later? 2
Two.
years later, on June 19th, 1865. How would you feel if you were free, but you didn't find out until 2 whole years later?
Probably amazed.
You would be amazed, right? I would be shocked and upset that I didn't know that was actually free and I was still being claimed as property of somebody else's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she turned around, Mama and Baba wasn't there. Jasmine swallowed hard. The room was full of strangers. Do you need help? A woman with a badge smiled at Yasmin. Her badge read, Diana, museum guide. Are you lost? She asked. Yasmin nodded tearfully. I can't find my mama and Baba, she whispered. Don't worry, Diana said. We'll find them. So what happened to Yasmin?
She lost her parents.
She got lost in the museum, and I bet you that was very scary for her, right? Do you think she felt like she wasn't going to see them again? So that actually makes me think that when people were sold into slavery because they sold women, men, children, do you think the children were afraid when they were sold into slavery that they weren't going to see their parents again? Mm-hmm. That's not a very good feeling, is it?
When you're lost, it's best to stay put. So let's sit here and watch for your parents, Diana said. They sat on a bench. Diana pointed to some paintings on the wall. These are all by Black artists, she told Yasmin. Some showed people dancing and smiling. Others showed sad people. A few paintings just had colors and shapes everywhere. I like those, Yasmin said.
So what's the best thing to do when you get lost?
Sit.
Find an adult, sit and wait, because your parents may eventually end up showing up, coming back to the place where they lost you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yasmin, came Baba's voice. There you are. Yasmin saw her parents rushing towards her. Thank you for taking care of our daughter, Baba said to Diana. We turned around and she was gone. Glad to help, said Diana.
Juneteenth is a time for reunions, Diana added. When Black people were enslaved against their will, children were often taken away from their parents. I want to make sure no kids are ever lost or scared in this museum. Thank you, Yasmin said and hugged her. You're welcome, Diana said with a smile.
So what did Miss Diana say that Juneteenth was a whole lot about? Reunions, right? Because when people were taken away from their family back then, they were glad to see them when they got back together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just then, they heard the jazz music starting up again. That's my cue, Diana said. Why don't you join us for some singing and dancing to celebrate Juneteenth? Let's go, Jasmine said. So Juneteenth is about a lot of celebrations and people dance and sing and have a good old time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a happy time. So boys and girls, guess what? That's the end of our story. So let's talk about some facts about Juneteenth. People have celebrated the end of slavery on Juneteenth for a long time, but it was not established as a national holiday until 2021. What's this year? 2025. So it was just a few years ago. And it's celebrated on June 19th every year. Slavery existed in the United States for almost 250 years. Juneteenth marks the final end of slavery 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation was issued by President Abraham Lincoln and declared that all persons held as slaves shall be free. So after the Civil War from 1861 to 1865, on June 19th, which is today, 1865, enslaved people in Galveston, Texas were the last to learn of their freedom. They celebrated by praying, feasting, singing, and dancing. Soon, other states began to follow Texas in celebrating the official end of slavery each year on June 19th. Juneteenth is a time to celebrate Black culture, including food, stories, music, books, history, and more. Today, Juneteenth festivities include church services, parades, lectures, family reunions, picnics, and music festivals. Juneteenth is also a day to celebrate Black Americans. Many people honor the achievements of Black people on this occasion. So, boys and girls, since today is a very special day and it's a happy day and it's a joyous day, some of you may be getting ready to go out. I know today in Enfield, they're having a community walk around town. You may be getting ready to go join some festivities, picnics. Some of you may be getting ready for family reunions happening today or either on the weekend. Whatever it is that you do, we want you to remember to be kind to others, to treat other people with respect, and get along with everybody. It does not matter what the color of your skin is, but we want to come together as a community to be respectful. And let's celebrate a day where everyone is finally free. Right, KJ?
Yep.
It's an exciting time. We're excited. We're going to have a good time in the library. The library is a great place for you to go to today, especially since it's so hot, to come grab some books, maybe sit down and enjoy a book about Juneteenth, or just come hang out with us and learn more because you learn more through reading a good book, right, KJ?
Yep.
And libraries are important everywhere. So support your local library today, especially on a day like Juneteenth. So, boys and girls, we hope that you enjoyed learning all about Juneteenth. We want to hear about your celebration. What are you going to do today? Let us know in the comments down below. And until our next story time, we'll see you the next time. Bye.